Hello. We're going to talk about, on this episode, we're going to talk about storing your cards. And there's many different ways of storing your cards. I once read in one book, was treat your cards as you treat a very close guest, or a very close family member, to come live with you, or a best friend, or whatever. Treat them with respect. Never have your cards, and I say this with experience, never have your cards laid out in the middle of nowhere. They get stepped on, they get folded, they get creased, missing cards everywhere, scattered. Of all else things, food. Food, once you get food on cards, it's just never gets off correctly, and it warps them in any fashion ways. So it's best if you store your cards. And as you see, as my display right here, these are pretty much all my cards. There's even one back here. It's pretty dark, you can't really see much, but store your cards in this fashion way, and I can guarantee you safety. You can put them back in the box it came with. You can get a lovely little bag that I got right here. You can make a homemade bag. Now, I made this bag when I was pretty much, I think it was like 14. I think it was 14 years old. Yeah, pretty much made this bag for tarot cards. I think this was my very first bag, but I made this bag out of velvet, and you don't have to go in the store and buy the most expensive bags ever to make it. What I did with this is that I bought a velvet dress out of Goodwill. I think it was a Goodwill or a thrift store. Basically cut that dress up pieces and basically sewed a whole thing, hand stitched everything. And it was pretty difficult to do this top part for a newbie. This was my very first time, and it stored my cards perfectly. In fact, I love it. It's so comfortable feeling. You can have them here like this, how I have mine. This is my public deck, and I'll get into that later, what I mean by public deck. This is my public deck. I usually put my favorite amethyst or whatever stone I like to have near. I have a cloth in here for the table that I usually read on, so it makes it safety on the cards so they don't get scratched up. Plus, it creates a sacred space. And it doesn't have to be a wooden box. I advise not a tin box, just because of tin usually has a little bubbles or warps inside there, and it usually chips the cards. That's the one negative part about it, but whatever box feels right. I have this box and I love it. It's a beautiful thing, and it has a little locket, which I don't really lock it, but who knows. This is my private deck, and I have assorted rocks in here for protection. I have a little sachet of herbs that I usually crush like crazy. I would crush them like this and smell them to induce myself. I have my I have some felt in here. It's a wooden box. I have my first deck, and I'll show it to you guys how old this deck has gotten versus a new deck. Look at this. It's pretty much bent it the way I want it. It's the Wiccagemtarot deck. It's my very first deck, and I love this deck tremendously. As you can see, the dirtiness on it. But it's a box. I basically bought it at the craft store, painted it black, and I painted little moons and stars on it, just because I wanted to. Eventually, whenever I want to change my mind, I would paint over this and paint something else over it, but it's pretty cool. But yeah, storing them, it's really important on how you store them. Make sure they're all together. You could do a regular cloth and a rubber band or a hairpiece that I was told once through a good friend on YouTube. Another thing is that you don't really have to use silk. It says in many books I came across talk about you have to have it in silk and have it in like a high class fabric. I believe whatever you have around that you feel safe and sacred with, it's what it is. Remember, like I said earlier, treat the tarot cards as if it's a very close friend or a family member moving into your house. Put them in places that give them a bedroom or give them a little house that feels sacred to you. Put them away in the right manner. Don't have them like shoved in a drawer with a lot of stuff. Don't have them like cramped up on a bookshelf far away where they get bent up. Treat them with respect because it is a tool. Nevertheless, it is a tool, and treat it with respect because it treats you with respect. So it's all about back and forth. But yeah, this is my view on how to store tarot decks. I hope this helps you guys a little bit, guideline. Yeah, so blessed be.